Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. Today I'm gonna talk to you about my favorite screw that I use in all of my decking. This is my top pick, and I'll tell you why. It has a dual purpose. So if you like this video, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And we wanna keep this channel going, so if you click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified when we're putting out new content, it really helps us, guys. So thank you so much for watching these videos and being so diligent about clicking that subscribe button. So this is a box of AZEK top lock screws. They're stainless steel and they're color matched. So not only are they stainless steel and color matched, but they are also good for Cortex plugging as well. So that's what I like about this product. It's this dual purpose. It's actually made by a company called Fasten Master, and Fasten Master makes all kinds of different construction screws, legs, and things of that nature. But they also make this product for TimberTech and AZEK, and this is called their top lock. This top lock screw, it's 3/16 stainless steel, and they have different colors. Now, this is one of the most popular colors for us. It's called dark gray. Now, dark gray is a very close match to a lot of the trim color I use, which is called, this is AZEK, this is their vintage collection, and this is called dark hickory. So if you take a look at the top of this, when we install this screw in the top of this board, in this dark hickory board, it's a complete match. Now, a lot of times we can use these exposed, but we can also hide them with a plugging system called Cortex. So Fasten Master Cortex plugs, I don't think I have the right color here today, I'm not sure, but we can kind of show you the concept if you've never heard of that before, and I'll show you that as well. But the reason I like stainless steel is stainless steel has a tendency to bend. It doesn't snap like carbon steel will, so when things heat up and, like, let's say your lumber starts to shrink in the summertime, but it's hot and your PVC board is expanding, so you're getting one that's going this way, one that's going this way. Usually on a carbon steel screw, a lot of times that head of that screw right here will snap. Bing! Okay, so it's kind of like right in here. I've had this problem so much in my travels, I quit using carbon screws altogether for fastening fascia, for fastening decking. I only use stainless steel. So I'm kind of locked and loaded and committed to using this type of a product. So then my next thing was, okay, well, I gotta find a brand that really works. Well, since this brand is actually branded, I'm facing these screws right now. This might be a separate video. It's kind of silly, but you know, when you get a box of screws, they come like this, right? So I will physically pay somebody to sit here and do this. Ooh, isn't that nice? Isn't your OCD just like, so good right now? So when I go to grab my fasteners, they're already like this. So then I can put them in my pocket and I don't have any sharp points poking at my leg, or they're just easy to grab. I can finger a screw like this now. I know we're getting way off topic here, but we might as well throw it in the video, right? I can sit here and finger screws. I drive that one, I finger another one, I drive that one, I finger another one, I drive that one, I finger another one, I drop one, I drive that one, okay? So that over thousands, try to take that timing over 100,000 and see how much time it actually saves you. Even if you add in the time it took to face the screws, I'm still money ahead. It just sucks when you face a complete box of screws and then somebody kicks them and drops them or knocks them over. That hurts. Yes, it's happened. So now I have my screws here. I've got my board. We're gonna start by actually just driving a couple into this board, and I'm gonna leave them exposed like if I was just finishing this. So let's talk about the features of this screw. I've already talked about the fact that it has the same color. And there's multiple colors. I don't know how many there are total. You can go on the website and look up AZEK top lock screws, TOPLOC, okay? Gotta spell it the way they designed it. And so the color match, it's a T20 star drive, which I really like. Less cam out, less stripping. It actually comes with a couple bits when you buy it in bulk, and I always do. I always buy this stuff in bulk. I hardly ever, you'll hardly ever catch me buying something in 100 quantity or a 200 quantity. You spend so much money on it. It's just silly. So I always buy a bigger bulk, and you're gonna save 20, 30% on your purchase, because I go through these things like water. So a T20 bit with a T20 screw, man, I mean, it'll even sit there and won't go. It's not magnetic. Obviously stainless steel's not magnetic. Well, some is, but quality stainless isn't. So that fits really nice in there, okay. So we got that. Then you also have a coarse shank. From here down is a coarse shank. So it grabs the wood better, especially for the type of woods I use for framing your pressure treated hemlocks. You kind of need something with a coarse thread that'll grab the wood fibers better to hold something down. There's also a nice cutter. It's elongated a little bit. It's a good 1/2 inch length of the cutting head of the screw. Now that gets important when you're trying to clear material when you're first starting that screw. I think what we're gonna do, we'll run one of these in slow motion for you so you can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about right now. Two more things. It has a bugle head on the bottom, or reverse cup. So when the head reaches the first point of the surface of the material, it can cut away this point right here, and it will countersink properly without having to pre-drill the hole. And then the one last thing about this screw that's unique is it has a set of reverse threads from here up that help clear debris out of the way so that cutter head can do its job when it gets into the material. Who knew so much technology was going into a screw, right? That's a lot of information. That's a lot of good reasons why I like this brand and this fastener. But I think the real reason is just watching it perform, okay? So here, let's go with one right now. See how fast that took into, okay, and see right here? That's what the cutter head does. It clears a little bit of a path, and it took this little piece, the strand, right? And it's knocking it out of the way, so the cutter head did its job. So that's what this part of the screw right here helped do. Now, we're gonna get into the meat of the screw, and this is the part that's gonna grab into the wood down below. So I'm gonna go to here. Okay, now that you saw that board pull up a little bit, I went ahead and backed it back out. So now the screw is getting to the reverse threads. What the reverse threads are gonna do is it's gonna clear the path on this PVC to make room for this cutter head to do its job. So I'll try to do this in a, I don't know, slower fashion maybe? Okay, and now at the end, the screw has subset itself very nicely into this deck board. The color looks phenomenal, okay? That's a great color match for this plank. So if I was just going to leave that screw head exposed, I'm really happy with the way that looked, and I didn't have to use a pre-drill bit to get that result, which is also a really nice feature. So that looks really good, and I'm very happy with that. So you could go through and fasten your entire deck and face screw it, just subset everything just a tiny little bit. You could even get depth setters and that kind of thing for this stuff. But when you're using with impact drivers, usually depth setters don't last very long, trust me. Let's show you that in slow-mo. All right, so the final feature of this screw that I really like is the fact that they are also able to be used with the FastenMaster Cortex hidden plugging system. They are the same diameter, so now you're using a premium screw in a premium deck board with a premium way to conceal the fastener. So it comes with these special bits. It's basically the same bit that came in the box, but it has a plastic depth stopper and a felt depth gauge all kind of tucked together into one bit. So here's the plastic ring right here that stops the felt from going too deep. This goes together like so, and it's basically the same T20, but you're gonna drop these screws a certain depth into the material. So basically, instead of stopping the fastener right here, you're gonna drive it, I'm gonna back this out a little bit. You're gonna drive this screw maybe a 1/4 inch into the deck board. And there you go. Now what you have is you have a clean cut hole with the screw maybe a little more than a 1/4 inch deep, probably about 3/8 of an inch deep into the material. And then you can take a Cortex plug over the top of that, hammer it down. Now you have a complete hidden fastener system all on the same screw. So we order a lot of dark gray screws because they match our dark hickory trim. But we also have other colors that match other colors of decking that we use quite often for that reason. So there you go, guys. That is my #1 screw that I use in fasteners, and that is why. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think of these AZEK Top Lock stainless steel screws. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.